German always perceived me as being Chinese, but then moving to China, I felt like I looked like everyone else, but
my parents, from a young age, they told me, don't be afraid. You're not only German, you're also Chinese. You have 1.4 billion people behind you.
How do your family feel when you want to move back to China? Why did you move back to China? As traveling to China become more popular and more overseas-born Chinese are visiting China and considering moving to China. In this video, I interviewed two of my friends who were born and raised in Germany and now living in China. I've always wanted to talk to this unique group of people, so I also found other people who were born and raised in France, Australia, New Zealand, and the US, and now living in China. You might realize they have a perfect combination of East and Western culture. Let's go hear their unique stories. Thank you very much for your time. Can you introduce yourself to the audience?
yes. Hi, my name is Ina and I'm 28 years old. I was born and raised in Germany and now living in Shanghai, China.
Can you say something in German and Chinese?
Ja, also ich bin in Deutschland geboren und ja, lebe jetzt in China und habe schon die Hälfte von der deutschen Sprache vergessen, aber ja, ich bin jetzt。
然后你会说中文？
我会的，对，我在德国出生长大的，然后呢，现在在上海生活。
I'm William. I'm working currently in Zhuhai in China, and I'm a German. I grew up in Germany. I was born in Germany. I'm working in China since a year now.
Can you say something in German and also Chinese?
Ich bin sehr glücklich, heute mit Aiden ein Interview zu machen. Wir kennen uns schon seit einer Weile, uns kennengelernt auf einer Barbecue-Party. Aiden hat uns eingeladen. 是的，我今天很开心跟 Aiden 一块做一个 interview。我们已经认识了一段时间了，我们认识的很开心。
So why did you move back to China?
So I was in Germany in 2023 and then I moved to the States for a couple months and then I was left with the decision if I go back to Germany or if I travel somewhere else, and yeah, I wanted to explore my Chinese roots a bit more, so I traveled from the States back to China.
Is that weird? Because your parents fought so hard to move out of China and now you move back to China. How's your parents feel about that?
Actually, my mom said the same thing. She was like, oh, we struggled to immigrate to Germany and now so many years later, I want to go back to China. So they definitely said something similar. But time has changed, you know. China has developed a lot, so things are different now. For me coming back, there are many more opportunities now in China.
How do your family feel when you want to move back to China?
They supported me, of course. They said it's a good opportunity career-wise and also for you to experience China. Also from like a child age, I always wanted to experience living for a longer time in China. I don't know, it just happened and I took the opportunity.
So how's it like working in China as someone not really from China?
So I'm working in a German company. The work culture is very different than to Germany. People like to do stuff maybe with 30% planning, not like Germans with maybe 90 or 100% planning, and then just execute. And then if there's something wrong, they are very quick with searching for another way to do it, and then they're very quick on improving, and they have other ways to get to this 100% maybe.
How's it like living in China as a German-born Chinese?
You definitely face a lot of differences and challenges here. When I was in Germany, I always felt like I didn't belong to Germany because I felt like German always perceived me as being Chinese. But then moving to China, I felt like I looked like everyone else, but Chinese can tell that I'm very Western, so they can tell that I'm not actually Chinese. So I'm a foreigner in both countries, basically.
Growing up, it wasn't always easy because you're always standing out, you're always different than other people. My parents, from a young age, they told me, don't be afraid. You're not only German, you're also Chinese. You have 1.4 billion people behind you. If someone wants to bully you, just think of this. You know how kids are. Yeah, growing up in Germany, I think it was very nice. You had a lot of freedom in school. After school, you can meet with your friends. You have a lot of free time, can do your hobbies, sports, everything you like.
Have you experienced any bullyism, racism in Germany?
Of course.
What about like growing up in Germany? Have you experienced any racism?
In Germany, yeah, actually, when I was younger, I was one of the few Asians in my school, in my high school. So, you know, people would mock me for having small eyes and just saying, oh, that I would eat dogs and stuff. That was the main discrimination point that I faced. And a lot of times people couldn't relate to me. So, for example, I would have to go to Chinese school every Sunday. My parents, they sent me to Chinese school on Sunday, so I would have to study from early 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. being at a Chinese school just to learn the language, learn to read and write. And, you know, my German peers, my German friends, they would never understand why I can't go out and play on Sundays, or, you know, and it always makes you feel like they don't discriminate you, but they make you feel like you're not like them. So it always makes you feel like an outsider.
So what was your biggest culture shock when you moved to China?
It's more about the communication styles here. It's different because in Germany we are very straightforward, very direct. So when I think something, I will tell you what I'm thinking. But in China, communication styles are very different. So people are very indirect and very polite. That people don't really say what's on their mind, but they want you to be able to grasp what they're thinking. For example, in relationships, whether it's friendships or for dating, even in romantic relationships, I can express myself, my emotions and my thoughts very clearly. But when I connect with Chinese people, they don't know how to express themselves emotionally a lot of times. If
That's what a lot of people say. That's what everybody says.
Yes, that's I'm very honest. When I'm in dating or when I get to know people, they don't know how to express their thoughts. Yeah, they may think I'm overly expressing my emotions, but to me that's very normal. That's a standard. Like, yeah.
I want to talk about dating a little bit more.
Oh God. Yeah. Go ahead. What do you got?
So how do you get so big?
I train a lot. I do some squats and some push-ups. I've been bodybuilding for 7 years now, and I did some competitions in 2022. I just love bodybuilding, and I'm very passionate about working out.
It's amazing.
Bigger than the average Chinese girl, I would say. Yeah.
Bigger than average Chinese guys.
Yeah. Guys and girls. Thanks. Yeah.
How's dating like here for you?
I'm a very introverted person, so I'm not going out a lot. I go to work, I go home and I go to the gym and I just do this on repeat. So for me, when I get to know people, it's mostly through the gym, to be honest. So I don't really have a lot of opportunities, I guess, to...
Do people approach you on the street or in the gym?
They would talk to me, but not in an intimate way. So they would talk to me, maybe compliment me, but it never gets to the point where I'm like, okay, let's talk about, let's go towards like dating in that direction. Maybe giving a WeChat a contact and that's it. So I don't really take their compliment as a hint of, oh, I'm interested in you. So it takes a bigger hint for me to actually see like, oh, okay, he's into dating or he wants to get to know me. Yeah.
What about in Germany? Are guys often approach you?
More than here, yeah. I think it's also the mentality there. People there are more straightforward again. So they would tell you like, hey, I want to get to know you, I want to date you. And here, people wouldn't say it this bluntly. They would be like, oh, you look great, and then get your WeChat and that's it. But in Germany, they would be more, take a bigger step towards you and just be very straightforward, like, hey, I want to date you. Are you single? But in China, no one would say it like that, you know?
Kind of true,
Yeah, you feel the same, right? It's different in China. People are very reserved in China. Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. All right, I think that's all the questions I want to ask.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Ina has her own social media accounts. You can follow her Instagram right here.
Yes, thank you so much.
Danke.
Danke.
Alright, thank you so much for watching. It's the end of 2025, so for next year I have big plans coming up. My channel will be more focusing on interviewing Chinese people and also people who have a unique background. For example, they are born and raised in China but the parents aren't Chinese. So the next video will be focused on French Chinese and New Zealand Australian Chinese. I'll see you in the next video.